Yes guys, walk and talk with me, episode 11. We keep it moving and we keep improving. Let me check actually, this episode 11, let me check, 1 second. I think it's episode 11. Yep, episode 11, walk and talk with me. It's Friday, let's go. Today we're going to talk about if you're 30% body fat, how you're going to get down to 12% body fat. Well, the first things first, well done. You've accepted that you're overweight and you're ready to make a change. So that's a great start for everybody. If you're 30% body fat or more, you now understand, you've looked in the mirror, you're not happy with yourself, you know there's a problem that needs to be sorted out. So that's the first step you have to take. So well done for the people that are making that first step today on Friday. Well done, you guys. So what I would suggest, how to start this, I will get rid of all temptations out of my household. Everything has to go. I don't care how strong-minded you are, I don't care how disciplined you think you are. If you've got a bar of chocolate, if you've got chips in your cupboard, if you've got crisp, anything that you're addicted to in your house, ready to start a new lifestyle, you will find an excuse to pick at the stuff in your house. No matter what, you could get a phone call about good news, you'll use that emotion to eat those crisps and chocolate. You could get a phone call about bad news, you will eat those crisps and chocolate to connect to that emotion. So get rid of all temptations around the house and start fresh today. Go for a food shop and get everything that you need necessary to begin your journey. That's what I would do. Get rid of all temptations. Even me, I can be as disciplined as I can, but if I buy a chocolate bar over the weekend and it's there on a Monday, Tuesday, I make sure I eat it, because if it sits around, I will use an excuse or some sort of emotional attachment to eat that chocolate. No matter what, if it's bad news, good news, if there's a program on, if I've done something on my Mac, which is good news, if I see something in the stock market, which is good news, whatever, I would use that energy to go towards that chocolate. So, first step for everybody, get rid of all temptations to start this journey. That's what I would do. The second one I would do, stop hesitating and just start today. What do I mean by that? A lot of people say they're ready for the journey, but they will make an excuse and say, I've got to buy a new gym outfit, I've ordered a new 2-litre flask on eBay, I'm waiting to come start drinking my water. Any sort of excuse, oh, the kids are on holiday so I can't go to the gym, I can't go for a walk. Stop making excuses and start today. Start something today. You don't need to start everything all at once, but make a step and start something. If that's walking more, if that's drinking more water, your first gym session, your first in your house gym session with some weights, whatever that is, going up the stairs more in your house, ordering your first Fitbit watch, get motivated and build some sort of momentum and just get started. There's no perfect day to start, people. I always go back to this on every video. I started on a random month and a random day, which was July the 9th. I think that was a Tuesday last year. And I just come back off holiday, off my friend's stag, and I just got on my food shop and I got started. I knew I put on a lot of weight and I knew I had to get back in the best shape of my life in my 40s. So I just started. There was no excuses. I didn't buy no new gym wear. I didn't buy no new flask for my water. I went to the gym, done my food shop, walk my dogs every morning, and I keep going. It's a lifestyle, people. Stop waiting for a Monday, start waiting for the 1st of January, start waiting for a new year, start waiting for a new month. Just start on any random day. If you're a person that always says, I'm going to start after the weekend, you will never start, people. So just start. Today's Friday, I think it's about 9:30. Just get on and start. It's easy to start. People think starting just going to the gym and eating healthy. Like I said, clear all the temptations out of your house. Start moving around your house more. Go for a walk. You know what I mean? Start planning your gym regime. Start listening to podcasts about eating healthy and how the nutrition works, how the body works, all them sort of things, a progression in the right direction for your new journey. It's not just training and picking up weights and eating healthy. There's loads of different in-betweens to get to your destination. The mindset, the habits, all these things are a major part in getting into shape, getting your sleep in order, being organized, start thinking ahead. You know what I mean? Start tracking your food. And that's the next thing I want to go on to. If you're 30% body fat, to be fair, you don't need to track your food straight away. But if you do want to track your food at the beginning, that's fine. It's a bonus. You know what I mean? So, what I would Sorry guys, my battery died. I had to change the battery. I'm a bit unorganized this morning. Both of my batteries I've got for my camera are low, so I'll probably be flipping constantly during this video, so I'm sorry for that, people. But what I was saying, the next step is tracking your macros and your nutrients intake. So if you're 30%, 40% body fat, I would say it's great to track, but when you switch your foods over, the fatter you are, the more body fat you have, the easier and the more fun it is at the beginning to drop body fat. It's more fun, people, so it's easier. If you're a person who's been sitting on your settee for the last 20 years and you start getting up more, you're gonna lose body fat. If you've been eating chocolates, crisps and loads of refined carbohydrates and sugars and all that shit for years, and you transition and change 2 of those meals into a healthy one, you're gonna drop body fat. If you go to the gym and pick up a weight, you're gonna drop body fat. If you start walking more, you're gonna drop body fat. If you start sleeping earlier and start watching Netflix, you're gonna drop body fat. So at the very beginning, when you're 30%, 40%, the body fat will drop fast. It'll be exciting. You'll drop a lot of water because you change the foods that you're eating. So again, tracking your nutrients and stuff is great if you want to understand about protein, carbohydrates and fats and fibers and all of that. That's great. Download my fitness part and go for it, but don't focus on tracking your calories. Understand what you're eating first. When you get down to about 15, 16%, then I would say if you want to start tapering your body more and want to look absolutely razor sharp, then start tracking and weighing your food and understanding how much you're taking in. But at the very beginning of your journey, your focus is changing your habits and letting go the refined foods, the alcohol, the donuts, the Chinese, the curries. You want to let go of that lifestyle. So the main focus is getting to habits where you're eating healthy. I wouldn't focus too much on tracking straight away. Just understand about eating healthier foods. When you get that all in place after about 2 or 3 months, then I would suggest start tracking and understanding nutrients and what you're taking in and whatever. I'm not a person that focuses on calories. I focus on volume and the nutrients, what's in my food, if that makes sense. So obviously you've got to track your calories, but I don't like using the word calories because when you over focus on calories, you will lose the amount of volume of food that you're eating. So when I used to diet and whatever you want to call it before, back in the day, I used to feel shit because I was too focused on I've got to eat less, I've got to knock down my calories, and you get into a place where you're not even eating nothing, you've got no energy to train, there's no energy to walk, there's no energy to do nothing. Your goal is you want your volume of food as high as possible, but you're still dropping body fat. Everybody's sort of measurements are different. So I would say if you plateau, you won't plateau at 30% body fat, you won't plateau for a long time, but when you start plateauing and your weight gets into a place, different people say different things. People say if you're the same weight in a week, adjust your food or adjust your output of what you're doing. Some people say 2 weeks. Me personally, I would leave everything for a month. You have to remember, you've been eating a certain way for 10, 15, 20 years. If your body's changing and you're changing your lifestyle, it's impossible that you're going to drop body fat and weight every single week for the rest of your life. There's going to be parts of where your body will find it harder to drop certain places. So just because you haven't dropped for a week or two, it doesn't mean you got to bump down your calories or do a crazy amount of cardio or do crazy amount of output to lose that weight. I don't adjust anything or do anything if nothing doesn't change for 4 weeks. That's for me. I wait a month. You know what I mean? You have to think about it. When you're putting on the weight, you're not putting on 2, 3, 4 pounds every single week. It will compound over time. And it's the same with dropping body fat. You're not going to drop 2, 3 pounds every single week. There'll be weeks where you don't drop. There'll be weeks when you drop a quarter of a pound. It will slow down. There'll be times where you'll break the plateau and you'll drop again dramatically. But don't do nothing crazy or dramatic to break the plateau, because you'll get yourself stuck in a place where your calories, what you're taking on your food is 1,000, and you've got to do a crazy amount of output every single day to try and break getting into shape. So what I would say is focus on body composition in the mirror, because there'll be times when you plateau for a month, even if you look in the mirror for a month, your body will still be changing. Check your clothes, check how you look, check how you feel, see how you feel. You know what I mean? It's not always, the scales don't always change. Hope that makes sense, people. So what else I would say as well, cardio is an amazing tool for body fat, but don't over rely on that tool. I say again, I started doing what I was doing July the 9th. I didn't start doing dramatic cardio or doing any sort of cardio properly until after Christmas. So I've started doing the cross trainer half an hour per day. I was doing treadmill walks in the gym. I wouldn't class that as cardio, just steady walking, nothing crazy, nothing major. But regarding doing a cross trainer, you use all your body and you burn a lot of energy. So being on a cross trainer for half an hour, you can burn up to 350 to 400 calories. Somebody of my weight, which I'm 17 stone 7. So I will drop about 300 to 400 calories per half an hour. Obviously that's not super accurate. So if you want to take 10-20% away from that, let's say every half an hour I can burn, say, let's say it's 400 calories, let's take away 75 calories, I'll do 325. I do that 5 times a week. So now I'm doing that, my body fat and my body composition will start getting more aggressive and I start seeing more changes. So I've used that tool late on, about 6 months after. Don't start your journey by doing an hour and a half of cardio per day, because it's not sustainable. You want to do something what your body understands. So for people that have been sitting around for years and then just start walking more. That's what I would suggest. Go on a treadmill at the gym after your session, do 20 minutes on a certain incline at a certain speed and maintain that for a while. Don't do nothing dramatic and keep bumping up every week straight away. Like I said, cardio is a tool for fat loss. It's not the be all and end all. The main focus is get your food in the right place, get your sleep in the right place, get your training regime in the right place, and then cardio should be the last tool. Don't make it as your main tool. It's a great tool to drop body fat, but don't make it a priority where you get into a place doing an hour to 2 hours a day. Oh, that makes sense, people. Another thing as well, when you start this journey, to everyone that's new, learn to cook your own food. Cook your own food, people. I don't care about no prep companies. I don't care about anything you're eating that's healthy in a restaurant. If you're eating out of your home, it's a cheap meal. It's a dirty meal. I don't care what it is. I don't care where it's, you don't know what the people are putting in it. You don't know where the meats come from. You don't know where the foods come from. You don't know what salt they're putting on your food. You don't know what seasonings they're using. You don't know nothing about the food. So have the mindset where if you're not eating in your house, wherever you go, even if it's your friend's house and they offer you food, if you don't know what their cooking oils are and what they're using, it's a cheap meal. So try and get used to the habit of cooking in your own home. Cooking is not hard, people. Make sure when you're picking up your seasonings, you read the labels and see what's in it. Avoid seasonings with dextrin, sugar, and other shit in there. Make sure you just got the herb content in the season. Sorry guys. Sorry guys, where was I? So I was saying, you've got to be organized with your food and think ahead when you go to the gym and train. And the next thing as well, guys, a lot of people say, oh, it's easy to start, it's easy to get into shape. If this is the first time you're doing this, I'm not gonna lie, the first month or so is gonna be uncomfortable. You're gonna be rattling, you're gonna feel shaky, you're gonna get headaches. You're gonna get a lot of withdrawal symptoms from sugar, refined carbohydrates, and the lifestyle you used to live. There'll be times where you won't sleep good at the beginning, but you gotta get into the routine. Try and do the same things the same every day. You've gotta be boring. Walk at the same time, train at the same time, get used to eating the same sort of meals every day, training the same muscle groups on certain days, same exercises, same sleep patterns, cut down your watch time on TV. It will be very uncomfortable, it's going to be a shock to the system, but you will feel great and better for it over the months, over the years, as you get used to it. And as well, guys, this is the next one. To get from 30% down to 12%, you've got to have discipline and you've got to zoom out and think long term. This is forever. One of my main mistakes was when I used to diet and have these sort of 16 weeks or 4 month sort of goals to drop body fat. I used to only think about that window, the 16 weeks to 20 weeks. After that window's done, my mindset's back to picking, eating, loads of shit. My cardio levels drop. I get more sedentary. I'm not as focused. I'm not training with as much purpose because I've reached a goal. You've got to start thinking about it. You want to look a certain way for the rest of your life. And in order to look a certain way for the rest of your life, you've got to have sustainable and realistic goals and think long term. Short-term fixes will always lead you back to square one and make you feel shitter and worse than what you was. So set small little goals across the journey, but you want a long-term sustainability of where you want to be. And that's how I've kind of attacked my new regime and my lifestyle. Where I want to be, I'm not there yet. I want to be about 16 stone 7. I want to be lean and look well. You know what I mean? I'm about a stone and 4 pounds away from my goal. I'm about 18 pounds away, which I think I'll drop by about August, September, with the way I'm going. I'm not doing nothing crazy. I'm not dropping the volume of my food. I'd rather increase my activity levels on what I do. So what I've said earlier, I've incorporated a cross trainer and I do that half an hour per day, 5 times a week, half an hour. And I still do my walking pad in the morning or in the night time. The speed I'm going now while I'm on this camera, I go way faster than this, but I've got to do a certain pace because I'm walking and I'm talking. Episode 11, how to get from 30% body fat down to 12. We keep it moving and we keep improving. So guys, I hope all this makes sense. It's simple steps. We overcomplicate fat loss. Is it going to be totally easy? No, but the steps are. You know what I mean? You've got to kind of break out that cycle the first month of the sugar cravings, the headaches, the can't be bothered, and start getting into a disciplined regime. You know what I mean? Watch podcasts, watch positive stuff. Stop scrolling through Instagram all day. You know what I mean? Start looking at positive stuff and get yourself positive and motivated every day. Take a photo of your body from the start, and every day you don't feel like going to the gym or eating a certain food, look at the picture of yourself and ask yourself, are you happy with the way you look naked? And if you're not happy with the way you look naked, you have to keep going till you get to a place where you start loving how you look naked. That's the only way you're going to get there, guys. Manifest how you want to look. Put it in action. The law of action. Start grinding. I told you this story many times before. I had a friend. He was determined to get in shape. Every session, after the session, he got on a treadmill. He put his iPad on the treadmill. Put up a geezer. In good shape with abs. And his target was to have abs and a great physique. And he got there. And that was because of the law of action. He didn't just manifest and hope to get a good physique. He worked hard and got to where he wanted to be, and he's never looked the same ever again. He's never gone back to how he was. Probably fluctuated in weight occasionally through the years, but he's never got to a fluffy, out of shape level ever again. You know what I mean? So it's possible, guys, but it takes time. Put the work in and maintain that work. You know what I mean? A lot of us are a victim of getting into great shape and then letting it go because you get there. You know what I mean? The way you start with that hunger, keep that fire in your belly for the rest of your life. It's hard, but if you want to look healthy, if you want to look great, you've got to get uncomfortable. You've got to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. It's as simple as that. Nothing comes easy, guys. It's an uphill battle. It is. It's a battle. War on fat. You've got to be at war every day. Every time you put a spoonful of shit in your mouth, you're going backwards towards your goals. Eat your way to healthiness. Sleep your way to healthiness. Train your way to healthiness. Watch positive stuff to healthiness. Have a different outlook on life and the goal you want for your shape, people. And you will get there. But you're not going to get there in 2 or 3 months. Your mindset has to change. Your habits have to change. Keep compounding them habits. Keep doing what you're doing and you will get there, people. You know what I mean? This is day 46 for me, being on this walking pad from the beginning of the year. You know what I mean? Day 46 for me. I'm not playing around, guys. I will do this every day. There's no days off. It's not hard to do a half an hour walk in your home if you haven't got the time to go outside. You know what I mean? You've got to really want it, and if you really want it, you will get it. No matter how hard it feels, you will find a way to do it. If you've got kids, you will find a way to train in your home when your kids are in bed. Buy some kettlebells, buy a few dumbbells. Most of us have gardens. Walk around your garden. If you've got a decent sized kitchen, walk around your kitchen. Go up and down your stairs for your cardio. Can't afford to go to the gym, use the Stairmaster. Use your stairs as your Stairmaster. Can't afford a walking pad, use your back garden as your walking pad. There's no excuses, guys. You know what I mean? Let's do it. So yeah, that's enough from me. Walk and talk with me. Episode 11. If you're 30% body fat and you want to get to 12, save this video, share it, subscribe, keep locking in. More tips, more advice, and more goals. So guys, be extraordinary and dare to be different.